Our Sampson's number was called tonight. How impressed were you the way he came in and impacted the game?
He did a great job in his the minutes that he played. He was very impactful, just like you said. I had spoken to him before the game, even practice, just to continue to stay ready. Same thing with all the guys, and they do that. And his number was called for the first time in, what is it, 7 games, and he came in and did a good job. And I think he was responsible for one of those last plays there at the rim, where he had a nice vertical at the rim to where we were able to get a stop. So just his physicality, his attitude, his positivity, he was ready to go.
Wheat.
Miles obviously battled foul trouble most of the night, but he had some big defensive plays for you down the stretch and hit that three, obviously, to force overtime. Can you talk about what you saw from him down the stretch?
Yeah, I really liked Miles's second half there, and especially late in the game. I thought he got more aggressive. He was aggressive at going to the rim on offense, hit big shots. But defensively, he became more physical. And that's what we need out of him, man. He's a great athlete, can really move, great size, and he's got great heart too, and great fight. And I was pleased with some of the plays that he made on both ends of the floor there.
Go ahead, Wheat.
What's it mean to you to have two guys like Victor and Malcolm who have the confidence in those late game situations to kind of put the team on their back and take over like they did?
They do a good job with that, like just calling each other's number. Like this team has done a good job of knowing who needs the ball and when. Victor hit some big shots there, and then obviously Malcolm's, last shot there close to the buzzer. So they know that it's going to come around. They know, both Malcolm and Victor know that each one of them is going to be called on late in those situations, in those games, and they did a good job with it tonight.
Anybody else? 1, 2. Okay, Tony.
Nate, can you talk about how good you thought Victor Oladipo was running and controlling the offense late in that game and in overtime?
I thought he was great, but I think even before offense, I thought he came up with some big plays on the defensive end. I thought, he was a low man over there guarding the corner man. I thought he made some right reads, had some deflections, caused some turnovers. So I liked what he did defensively there even more. But yes, offensively, when we need a bucket, he wants to deliver that for us. But again, I thought he had a nice, balanced, complete game.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good win.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Miles, can you just take us through your perspective on that last sequence there to close regulation when Vic hit the three and then got the steal and kicked it out to you?
Um, I just think my biggest thing, I'm very confident in everything I do. And obviously, it was a big shot. I had struggled, most of the night with foul trouble and stuff, but I'm always ready for moments like that. I just let the game come to me. I say it all the time. I work too hard on my shot not to trust it. And it was a big shot and a clutch moment.
Pat Boylan.
Miles, I'm wondering about just the emotional roller coaster tonight and what it was like for you being in the foul trouble, coming back and helping key the Pacers come back, and then ultimately having to watch the very end on the bench.
That was the perfect word for it, emotional roller coaster. You can't allow your emotions to get the best of you, and in moments like that, your team needs you, and especially down the stretch like that when Domas goes out with foul trouble, fouls out. I know that I need to step up, and I just don't fold, bro. I'm always ready for moments like that. It was an unfortunate moment. I fouled it right there. I was late in rotation. It was a big play, but we have a deep roster. Star Sampson stepped up, played some really big minutes tonight, and filled the void. We walked away with the win.
Tony East.
Miles, it seemed like you were absolutely everywhere on defense tonight, even with 5 fouls. Was that just a product of your emotion and your improved play on that end of the floor carrying you this year? Or, you guys have the perfect scheme to defend them.
I think one thing Coach preaches all the time is the fact that I don't care if you're in foul trouble, you still need to be aggressive and be yourself because this team depends on me to be the anchor back there. Teams are starting to pick up on what I do. I had a couple miscues throughout the game, and I gotta continue to be aggressive at all costs. Foul trouble can't determine or undermine the way I play.
Wheat.
Coach has talked several times this season about this team having no quit, and we certainly saw that tonight. Is this the type of win, the way you guys pulled this out, that can give you kind of an emotional lift to build off of?
Man, it's the same group that's been here, man. I think, if the nation doesn't know, I know Indianapolis knows that this team doesn't quit. It's a new coaching staff, but we had the same players, same grit, same grind that we play with, and man, just a winner's mentality, and that'll carry you a long way.
Anything else from anyone?
J. Michael has a question. He can't raise his hand.
Okay, go ahead, J. Michael.
And Miles, one thing that you're doing a lot different, it seems, is you're lifting from the corner, getting handoffs, putting the ball on the floor, finishing, something that we haven't seen you do a lot of. How has that kind of added to your repertoire and versatility, and I guess maybe your confidence? Because it looks like you're playing differently on the offensive end in that regard.
I've been capable of that my entire career. I just think in seasons past, the offense didn't allow didn't call for me to do all those certain things. But Coach Nate Bjorken, he just has a lot of confidence in me, and he instills that confidence in everybody. To go out there and play your game. The way I play, the way I shoot the ball, teams start to teams eventually aren't going to let me shoot as wide open as I am now. So you have to be able to put the ball on the ground and make plays. And I'm a very capable player out there. I'm just having a chance to show it this season. I'm going to continue to play my game.
I'll do it. Thanks, Miles.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Victor.
What's up, David Banner?
Okay, let's get going. Wheat, go ahead.
Yeah, Vic, can you just take us through that final sequence there at the end of regulation?
I pulled up a three. We needed to get a stop, and I was aggressive on the ball, and we got a stop. Miles hit a big shot, went into overtime, did what we needed to do down the stretch. Malcolm hits a big floater. So we have a lot of guys who can step up and make big shots, and it's huge for this team. So my team did a great job of weathering the storms tonight. You know, Domas fouled out, we weathered the storm. Down 6 with a minute left, weathered the storm. So it's a great team, man. I'm honored and privileged to be a part of it.
Anybody? Let's go. Wheat, go ahead. Thank you.
I mean, coach has talked several times about this team just having no quit. I guess tonight you would say was completely emblematic of that.
Yeah, definitely. It just shows the fight we have in this group. First and foremost, with Coach got all the fight in the world. The whole time down the stretch, with a minute left, with 38 seconds left, he just telling us, it's not over, it's not over. That's all he kept screaming from the sideline. It's not over, it's not over. And we believe that. And we made something happen down the stretch. That was a big win for us, and just got to keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of basketball left, but there's a lot of room to grow for this team. We just continue to keep growing and continue to keep believing in one another. The sky's the limit for us.
Pat Boylan.
Victor, can you speak to Miles Turner and his night? Obviously, a struggle with foul trouble for 3 quarters, and then he, along with you, really keyed that comeback.
We need Miles at the highest degree. We know what Miles is capable of. And we believe in him. We love him. And like I said before when I started, we need him. He played huge for us down the stretch. He continues to keep getting better. The things that he do, unfortunately, they go unnoticed, but we notice them. We appreciate it. And I just hope and really deep down inside, he understands that from us. Like, we need him at the highest degree. And he made some huge plays down the stretch, not only the shot, but defensively. And we needed every last one of those. So he's a big key to our success moving forward in trying to win a championship. So we need him.
Andrew Lopez.
Hey, Victor, this is Andrew Lopez with ESPN. Can you just talk to the difficulty of trying to get that steal there at the end without having a foul, knowing you have just a small margin of error to kind of get that done and get that play happen, to make it happen?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to be smart, you know, and I just felt like, you know, first and foremost, we didn't want to foul right away. We wanted to try to get a trap, and you know, I felt like I could try and get the steal, so I went for it and I got it. You know what I'm saying? And the game's never over, so you just got to give 110% all the way until, you know, the very end. So, it was a great play, but a huge shot by Miles, and you know, the plays down the stretch were huge for us that everyone made as well. So just got to continue to keep building on it.
Anybody else have anything for Victor? Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure.
Always. Bye, Chrissy.